Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I want to talk about the stock market. This crash of 2020, what does it mean for cryptocurrency? I'm going to give you my thoughts in a sec. Let's start. So, hello everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new, subscribe, press the bell button, hit the like button before YouTube goes bust because the stock market is crashing. Ooh. Now, I want to go through a few things today because I want to try and put my thoughts out there to people who are panicking a little bit. When you look at the world of stocks, people are panicking massively at the moment. There's a lot of CEOs resigning, there's a lot of stuff happening, and it's worrying. A lot of people are jumping out windows. So, with that in mind, let's talk about cryptocurrency in a second, but I want to show you some charts as well. But looking at the news, market watch, it's fucked. Basically, in a nutshell, the coronavirus has really upset the world in terms of institutional investment, banking, all kinds of stuff, and it's horrific. It is really bad at the moment, and it's worrying. This could well be the scapegoat for the recession that has been pending, that's been coming. A lot of things have been kind of said and mentioned about certain things, propping it up, keeping it up and alive. And with there being an election coming up soon in the US, so it's not going to be good. And for once, Brexit isn't going to be blamed, which is quite interesting. So let's look at some charts. Now, obviously, look at this, it's disgusting. Gold rallied massively, coming back down. A lot of money has been moved elsewhere, but not into crypto just yet, I don't think. But let's look at the Dow Jones. Now, if you're wondering what this little bear and bull is, get my words right. It's called Hitman. Check out the link below. Boo! It's a great little free element you can get for a month. If you don't want alerts, you know, you can use it on TradingView anyways, normally, but it's great. Unbelievable. Co-founded it. It's awesome. Check it out. And this was giving you a pre-warning that shit was going to hit the fan on the Dow Jones Index on the daily. Looking at the weekly, that's a lot of weeks. Wipe out. In 4 to 5 days, you could probably say 4 days essentially, it wiped out pretty much 20 weeks of work. Yeah. Imagine that. So that is like a normal day in crypto when you work up from like 20% up in gains and then you lose 20% in a day. That's kind of what happens in crypto, you know that. But we are very kind of cautious in the crypto world of what's going to happen with the institutions' wealth, management of wealth. Where will it go? Now, I want to say this now. The stock market is big. The Forex market is big. Forex market is obviously different to the stock market. We know that it's a trading element, it's a game. However, right, if you start considering the fact that the amount of money that has been wiped off the table in one move, and a tiny fraction of that goes into cryptocurrency's store of wealth, things could get interesting. Now, I do not want to try and say buy Bitcoin now, but what I will say is this: always have an eye on it. Make sure you understand factors of fundamentals in other markets as to why stuff could moon. Halving is happening between the end of April and the start of May. The next element of halving, obviously the Bitcoin stock to flow ratio will change over time to give you that scarcity. Now, what would happen in the next 2 years if the stock market is coming to a halt a little bit and it is going to go through a recession? What could happen to people's money if they are starting to get bullish about Bitcoin and Ethereum, XRP, Chainlink, etc.? All these bigger entities of coins that have concrete numbers of supply. That is where I want to go with this, and I am going to say this now. If we were looking at this in 20 years' time, I think it'll be a totally different ball game in terms of how cryptocurrency will develop as a safe haven. I don't think we're there yet, nowhere near. But what I will say is, the more Bitcoin and obviously the likes of Ethereum becomes more established, it will be a very easy route for people to go into that, as well as gold, as well as the likes of other commodities that they may hold their wealth in. So, an article that came out yesterday, which was kind of interesting: Corona hits US stocks, Bitcoin climbs, safe haven status unclear. Bitcoin did have a little bit of a rally yesterday, but it's kind of fallen back a bit. But I do think that people are still in an uneducated manner whether to use Bitcoin as a potential store of wealth. You've got to remember, there's only so much Bitcoin. There's only so much in terms of usage you've got as well, which isn't the greatest element for using it. Yes, you can use it. I use it all the time in terms of on my Wireless card. I've currently bought this new monitor, which is fucking huge and amazing, by the way, right there, using cryptocurrency profits. But ultimately, if you're thinking in the next 10 to 20 years, I think there's going to be some huge difference in the behaviour of people in the institutions who are investing. I think the hedge funds, the pension funds, all kinds of stuff will have elements of cryptocurrency in it. And that's me just thinking outside the box in terms of, not so much outside the box, but logically where things will develop. And you've got to think, a lot of people who are against the likes of cryptocurrency would have been those sort of people that would have been against the DVD player. You know, they stuck in their old ways. But you got to think, worlds adapt, wealth management changes. Now, yes, Bitcoin is volatile. But look at the last week, what's happened. Wow. More people that use the likes of Bitcoin, higher liquidity, the more stability that you'll probably get in the market anyways, regardless. So what would happen if that scarcity does change the stock flow ratio? Will it make it more settled? That's a problem. That's what we need to kind of identify. Will it or won't it? But what I will say, and my prediction is, I think gold, along with other commodities, alongside cryptocurrency, essentially, will probably help longer term for people to store their wealth in. It's quicker, it's easier, it is so much safer as well in reality, dependent you've done your bloody learning and you know what to do. But there's one thing that is also bugging me a little bit, is this pre-halving rally. That's the thing. I don't know what's going to happen. No one knows. No one can openly say, based off history, what could happen with halving. This could be the first halving we'll see in a recession. We've never seen Bitcoin in a proper recession. Remember, Bitcoin was released post-recession of 2008. Sorry, I need to say 2018 now. 2008. So everyone's stabbing at the dark, like me with this video. I'm stabbing in the dark. But what I will say is this: if you've got an entity that is decentralized, that is easy to use, easy to get into, got a good stock flow ratio, genuinely is safer for an investment purpose long term, I think Bitcoin will get interest. Not today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, but going forward. If this does tumble and people are genuinely panicking, what's to say that a little percentage of those trillions, billions essentially, will go into Bitcoin? Look what happened over the last few weeks. When you start looking, now let me just get this chart up and show you something. The total 2 chart, right? I'll remove all this drawing malarkey. Let me just, what chart am I on here? Main chart, yeah. Remove drawing tools. See this rally here? This little rally. I just want to put something into perspective for you guys. This is the weekly chart. You can see it's kind of not the greatest in the world. If you look at the monthly chart as well, this little pop up here and this pull down was an alt season, right? It was absolutely tiny. But when you look at the daily, it looks quite big. This was, let me just put it to the right dates. There you go. 43 days, 62 billion came into the market. The market totally propped up massively. The whole stock market lost about 27 trillion the other day. Even if 1% of that goes into cryptocurrency, you're going to see a massive change in basically a green day, easily. If you had like 5 to 10% of the overall markets that are moving their money into the likes of gold, which rallied to the biggest high since 2016. Get words out. So that is huge. That could mean a lot of catalyst moves in the market. Pre-bull run, pre-halving, stock market crash, all this kind of stuff of, oh my fucking god, what's happening? There's no coincidence to see that the market picked up with only 62 billion going into the altcoin market. Imagine if another 62 billion went into that in a day. Things would be unbelievable for the crypto market, and that's the biggest thing. I don't think we're ready yet, but I think eventually we will be. That gateway from the stock market into the likes of the cryptocurrency market to hold your wealth, to invest in other things that are more stable and potentially on the opposite trajectory of a bullish cycle versus a downward spiral could be massively important. So there you go, that is today's video completed, ending on the note of potential pre-halving rallies coming out, but it could be a catalyst for, you know, the coronavirus. The coronavirus could be the catalyst to push things over the edge, and things may go a bit mental for cryptocurrency. So there you go. Enjoy, have a good weekend. I'll see you again on Monday.